Hi, welcome again to Fun in Our RV. Hey, this is one of those situations why we bought the Camco Rhino Wastewater Tote. Our gray tank is full because this is a campground that doesn't have full hookups. We need to empty our gray tank, and this is the thing for that job, okay? We're gonna do it for the very first time we've ever done it. You're gonna see it exactly the way we experience, and you'll get to see if it's easy or difficult or what. Okay, you ready? Let's go. Okay, well the first thing we have to do, of course, is disconnect it from our bumper stand here, or whatever you want to call it, where we've been driving around with it. This thing has seen a couple hundred miles sitting back here, so apparently, I'm sorry, a couple of thousand miles sitting back here. So it's going to, we're going to say the mechanism for storing it on the bumper is working pretty well. All right, well we're probably going to speed up this next part. We're going to get it off. Theoretically, if you can work a regular dump station, you can work this thing. There are a couple of exceptions, but you fill it up here and you hook it on there and dump it out. The big exception that I hear about a lot is the venting of it. You have to put these vents here because as you're putting water into here, it pressurizes this thing, and if you're not venting it properly, then it will blow those water out, those contents just out, and be a little volcano nobody wants, okay? Now, today, we're just doing the gray tank, so you're in luck, okay? All right, here we go. We have these things here which serve no other purpose than to connect things you don't want to lose to the tote, like that, okay? Now, the venting here is, it's quite simple. They say loosen this cap this cap is made to fit kind of wobbly, kind of loose on there, and you loosen it like that in order to vent it. Here is where you can connect a say a hose where you're going to dump down in there and clean things out. We're not going to be doing that, so we're going to put that there like so. Make sure this is a little loose. This is going to be relatively tight, but it doesn't have to be real tight. This is here. This is put on there permanently or attached, I guess you could say, well. And we're going to see what happens. Here we go. Now, my policy with putting on gloves is anything that touches anything you don't want to touch, okay? So just because this is relatively clean, it touches something that you don't want to touch. So you got to be 2 steps away when you wear the gloves, okay? Here comes the moment of truth. This is closed, all right? That's going to be closed. This is vented. I'm going to double and triple check this. Looks pretty straightforward, pretty easy. Here we go. now we're going to go for a ride. The important thing here is don't make a foolish first-timer mistake and forget you have to take this kind of stuff with you because it's not built into the RV like you would normally remember it is. All right, I'm going to back up, turn around our tow vehicle so we can hook the tote onto it without having to then back up and a bunch of stuff with the tote. We're only going to go one direction with it. So I'm going to move this vehicle around. Notice I took my gloves off. Because why? Because I don't want to be wearing nasty gloves while I drive my car and the steering wheel and all that type of stuff, okay? So we're going to move the vehicle, then I'm going to put more gloves on, and then we're going to go take care of the business. So I'm messing with it, really? I really don't think I need to, but I am wearing gloves again. All right, and since I'm going to drive, I'm taking the gloves back off. All right, now we're going to drive to the dump station. This is a beautiful state park, just beautiful and popular, and everything about it is great, except for one thing: there's only one dump station. Now, there's well over 100 campsites, although I must admit a large portion of those are kind of like tent sites, but none of them have full hookups. So you have to do it this way. And honestly, we left the water running a little bit by mistake. It was my fault. A couple days ago, and so we filled up the gray tank prematurely, and with no full hookups or anything like that. This is exactly what this tote was designed for kind of for emergencies. Although I do know some parks, some places where people camp for extended lengths of time. They will go there and camp for weeks, and the park doesn't have any kind of hookups, sewer hookups, and so they do this as just part of their routine every so many days or something. But they probably also shower in the park's shower, so there's ways to deal with it. Having said all that, here we go, driving incredibly slow, and our car has the ability to look behind us even while we're driving forward. So we're going to do that here in a second. We are going to drive so slow. I really don't. What? Oh yeah, this is pretty good, huh? And our first obstacle here is an unbelievably deep, wet pothole. So we got to be careful. Oh, I failed to point out the fact that even though there's only one dump station, it's a long ways from these sites that have big RVs, huh? So it's a million miles away. So I don't know what to tell you. Now I know I could probably drive up to here next to the dump station and not even disconnect it, but then again we'd have to still do it in order to lift it up or do whatever. And here you lay it down flat, and some people will tilt this up to get it all drained out. I'm gonna walk it around and get a good spot and then hook it up and drain it just like I would if I were draining it from the RV. Now, this thing is real heavy, all right? So I'm gonna lift it up and we're gonna take it around. Okay, the reason why I'm driving it around here like this is because I didn't want to be operating in this mud puddle. So I'm going to be up on higher land here and not in the water, and I think it would work better, which is why, like I said, I didn't just drive up to here or whatever. All right, go around the other side. Okay. Now, does this look familiar? Yeah, it's just like the one that's on your RV. We're gonna hook this up. Now, I'm probably gonna go ahead and buy me a 5-gallon bucket and or something to put this in. But I'm gonna hook that on just like I normally would. And then put this on, just like I normally would. All right, there we go. You know I was gonna have to do this. But then again, that's what the rocks are for, isn't it? Nobody wants those, anything going anywhere it's not supposed to go. Let's go, let's do it. All right, so there you have it. I should probably point out that the campsite we had was one that was, golly, nearly impossible to get in and out of. Everybody was apologizing. All the other campers were going, oh, I'm sorry you got that site. Oh, that's so tough, that kind of thing. But so we really didn't want to, or really weren't able to break camp and go dump this tank. This thing here was kind of a blessing, and you just saw us use it for the very first time, and I have to say it kind of worked. It did what it was supposed to do. Are there things I might do a little bit different next time, you know, the second time we do it? Yeah, sure, of course, but did it do what it was supposed to do? Did it save us in a bad situation? Absolutely. So, you know, I don't know how to grade something like this, something made for holding the stuff it holds, but it did its job as advertised. So, and I'm glad we had it. I really am. So with that, we'll see you down the road.